said it's that type of discipline and reform that will get us out of this crisis in our prisons, that will get us out of this crisis as it relates to poverty, that will get us out of this crisis as it relates to education and healthcare. We have to have a reform focus, new ways of doing things. While we should celebrate all of our interesting differences, we must always pause and reflect and unite around the things that bind us together. You guys understand this debate as much or more than anybody because where you live. It doesn't make economic sense to not have a young child that is here not get educated. Right. It makes no economic sense. Forget the moral and ethical framework. Let's use their frame. Money. It makes no economic sense. California needs to take the lead on national immigration reform. We have a president that is enlightened and I believe will find a way of balancing interests. There's no doubt we need to improve things. I believe that. I'm not naive to that. I'm not Pollyannish about that. But we need to have a rational debate. And California should lead the way in that debate. We don't seem to be front and center in this debate. We advocated to right-wing radio. We advocated to the ideologues. We need to be front and center in this debate. Why do we do gay marriage? It's about people. Right? It's about celebrating that diversity. It's not just about tolerating. I'll tell you what I'm standing for. I'm not running against anyone for governor. I'm running for governor. I'm running a campaign of ideas. I'm giving you a sense of what we've done on education and healthcare. We have an environmental record that I'll put up against any mayor of any state in this nation. I'm not saying that to brag. I mean that. Most aggressive local global climate action plan in the nation, most aggressive recycling plan, most aggressive solar program, most aggressive alternative fuel program, most aggressive energy efficiency program, most aggressive green building program in the nation. By the way, not my words. Those are the words of folks that independently analyze this. And we're creating jobs. Tax incentives to recruit green tech companies. Whether you support it or you don't, shouldn't we at least have a debate? All these years later, is it producing the intended result? Are we getting more for it? Or is there a reason your sales tax is so high? Maybe that's because your property tax is relatively low. Maybe your income tax is so high because your property tax is relatively low. Maybe you say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of paying the most regressive tax out there, sales tax, and over 9% in most counties, almost 10% in mine. Maybe we should lower that tax and consider a more judicious approach to things like the split roll on Prop 13.